Thank you for spending part of your Friday afternoon with me. It's been a great week here in my Stampin' Peace studio. I hope you've had a great week as well. Super busy, but very productive. I'm learning lots in the social media training I've been investing my time in, and feel really good about that. And what else is happening? Class to Go went out early this week. I opened up registration for my Creative Escape Weekend in October. It's already about 2/3 full. Yeah, it's just been a really great week, and I'm looking forward to a great weekend. First of all, today is bright and sunny in Ohio. Not terribly warm, but I'll take the sunshine no matter what. And tomorrow we're supposed to have 70-degree weather. Crazy. But tonight I'm going to the OSU men's hockey game with Andrea and John. And then tomorrow I'll be going to Cincinnati, and I'll be seeing some friends and then spending the night with my daughter Emily and coming back Sunday. So it's been a full week, and it's going to be a full weekend, but it's all good and I'm happy about it. Couple of reminders. I do have my class registration for Easter Friends is open now. With option 1, you get the stamp set. You'll get supplies to make 8 cards to each of 4 designs. Let me just pull a couple out for you. Here's one. It's bunnies and chicks. Here's the other. And it includes the PDF tutorial on shipping. Option 2 is the same, except it does not come with the Easter Friends stamp set because some of you already own it or you're demonstrators and you want to purchase that on your own demonstrator site so you get your discount. And then the third option is always the PDF tutorial for $15. And if you're not already aware, on my blog, stampinpeace.com, at the very top in the red bar, there's a link to my PDF store. You just click on PDF store and it will show you all 50 plus PDF tutorials I have for sale there. So sometimes that's a little more convenient for the people who just want the tutorial. Wednesday evenings, Facebook Live, in case you missed it, focused on the Daffodil Daydream Bundle and this, I have to think what it's called, Mercury Glass Designer Acetate, which comes in 2 colors. So it was fun creating with that. I hadn't pulled that out in a long time. And with that, I know some people have been intimidated by the number of dies in the Daffodil die set. There's just a whole lot of pieces and parts. So I've got some charts that I showed during the Facebook Live. I will be posting this to my blog. I hope I get it on before I go to the game this evening. If not, it'll be tomorrow. And then I went through those charts and I showed everybody how to make the daffodils from all those die cut pieces. So it's a great video. You can find it today on Stampin' Peace with Mary Knabe right here on Facebook by clicking on more and then clicking on videos, and it'll pop right up. Today is Funfold Friday. So I was doing my training bit this morning, but in the back of my mind, I kept thinking, what do I want to show? What do I want to show? What should I offer for the Facebook Live today? And I thought, I'm going to go to what I call my archives, my stash of cards, and just go through them until something strikes me. And when I saw this, I thought, oh, this is great. I have not shown this Funfold for a long time, so I'm happy to share it with you today. While I flip my camera around to my craft space, would you please share this live video so others feel welcome to join us at this time? Oh, I love seeing so many names pop up. Yes, my new lighting. I love it, Julie. I love it. Let's see who's here. Sue, Kay. Kay, thanks for sharing. I always appreciate that. Sue shared also. Kathy, thank you for sharing. Hi, Mary Lou. Let's see. I see Connie, Julie, Pamela, Susan, Miriam. Awesome. Some of the names I haven't seen you guys for a while, so I'm happy you could join me today. All right. So as I said, I went to my archives, right? My stash of cards. And this one really struck me. And it is from a few years ago, probably 3, almost 4 years ago. It uses Call Me Clover green. That is something that was an in color a few years ago. But this is my card. As you can see, the large part does not open, just the center part. So just a fun, unique way to make a card and send some happiness. So I'm going to show you how to make this right now. And I've got my pieces pre-cut. The first thing I'm going to do, though, before I score my paper and we start putting this together, is to emboss my Magenta Madness cardstock. Magenta Madness is one of the 5 in colors that will be retiring. We should be getting the retiring list about the end of this month, I'm thinking. But if you love Magenta Madness, let's see what else is retiring. Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Misty Moonlight. Oh, I'm going to miss that one. And Just Jade. Those are the 5 retiring in colors. So if you love any of those, get those products now. Oftentimes, some of those retiring in color products will sell out very, very quickly as soon as they're announced that they're retiring. And they typically aren't on sale. I can't guarantee that they won't be, but they typically have not, historically have not been on sale. So if you're thinking it might retire and it might go on sale, I don't know that that will happen, okay? All right, so I use the Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder. It doesn't have great detail, and I love all those flowers. It's perfect for spring. So my basic white cardstock is 5.5 by 4.25, which is actually that finished size of our typical A2 card, but it's just single. It's not folded over and doubled. My Magenta Madness piece is 5.25 by 4 inches, and it's embossed with the Ornate Floral embossing powder. Next, I have a piece of white cardstock that measures 4.25 by 9 inches, and we're going to score it now. And as I'm scoring, I'm going to make 4 score lines. As I'm scoring, you'll see me flip this cardstock back and forth, and I'll explain to you why when we're putting the card together. So I'm going to start by scoring at 1 inch, and then I'm going to flip it over and score at 2 inches. I'm going to flip it over again, score at 4 inches, flip it again, and score at 6 inches. And then one last flip after I've scored all 4 of those. 1, 2, 4, and 6. I'm going to do a final flip. And one thing I'll tell you about this, and the reason I'm flipping the cardstock, something keeps popping up here. Let me get rid of that. There we go. The reason I keep flipping the cardstock is that each of these are going to be folded a different direction. That's why. It just makes your folds a little bit cleaner and a little bit easier, okay? So I'll also tell you, when you see that bump, that raised bump, that means you're folding in. When you see this little valley, that means you're folding out. So it's kind of the opposite of what you might think. So I'm just going to take my cardstock and fold on all those score lines. I am going to crease them really well with my bone folder. This is always important when you're making fun fold cards, because they're a little bit thicker to mail. You want to make sure that you've got those creased as well as they can be and as flat as they can be. And then I just go over on the back side and go over with my bone folder again. So this is what you have right now. I'm going to go ahead and attach this to my card base. And then we'll talk about putting the DSP on. Okay, that Magenta Madness color, that can't help but make you happy, right? Oh, my sleeve? It does remind me of the Friendly Hello DSP. This is a shirt I bought. Love what you do, what you love what you do. And I happened to be with my upline and another demonstrator friend, and we all bought them. So that was fun. So, oops, getting off track here. So I'm using, for DSP, I've chosen to use the Abstract Beauty. This is that pack of 4x6 DSP. I'll just zip through here really quickly so you can get a feel for what it's like if you're not familiar with it. Okay, Abstract Beauty. So I have 3 pieces cut to coordinate with the different faces, I'll call them, the face cardstock facing up. I have the first one measures 4 inches by 3/4 inch. 4 inch by 3/4 inch. Down there nice and straight, I think. The next one is 4 inches by 1 3/4 inch. And once you've made 1 or 2 of these fun folds, you'll find that the measurements are actually quite easy. So this is 4 by 1 3/4. And then the third one measures 4 by 2 3/4. So the next thing we have to do is put a sentiment on. And I don't have the stamp set or bundle that coordinates with the Abstract Beauty Designer Series paper, so I was free to pick a sentiment. Well, I guess anytime I'm free to do that, but I didn't feel the push to use the coordinating stamp set since I didn't own it. So I was free to choose any other sentiment from any other stamp set. And I had this one laying out because I'm starting to prepare a class to go with this bundle. And I thought, oh, I really love all of them, but I'm going to go with this one. Our Friendship is Naturally Beautiful. So I'm going to stamp that with Magenta Madness ink so it coordinates. And I'll stamp on basic white. You don't always have to choose white. You know, maybe the balmy blue or the yellow would have been another option of cardstock for your sentiment. Just make sure it's light enough in comparison to your ink so that the stamping shows up well and is easy to read. And I'm going to close this up and add this with just a little bit of adhesive. And I'm not going to put dimensionals on this just because it's already somewhat thick. It's not too thick to go through the mail, so don't worry about that. But you just, with the fun folds, you want to be aware of what the thickness is as you're creating. So for that reason, I'm not adding any dimensionals. So I'm just going to, I'm not sure if I want it in the middle. No, I think I want it down here. Just maybe not quite as low as I had it. And then my last step is to add some embellishments. I thought I'll pull these out since I know this pack is going to be retiring, and I just love it. At first I was going to go with Magenta Madness, but I thought I want something that shows some more contrast. So I'm going to use the Just Jade. Such a pretty green. How many of you have used any of these in colors? They've been around for almost 2 years now. And then they retire. I love these square gems too. They're faceted, so they kind of give a little shiny appearance when the light hits them. And it's unusual for us to have square embellishments. So there is my finished card. Okay, once again, I don't know why, but once again, I started seeing comments at the beginning and now I'm not seeing them anymore. So keep on commenting because I do read them afterwards. And, oh, now they're popping up. Okay. Yeah, now they're popping up. Okay. I don't know why Facebook does that to me. But anyways, keep on commenting. Let me know what you think about this card. And would you like to see another one made? We'll use the same layout, but I'll ask for your help in the creating or the choosing of the colors in DSP. Let me pull out some of these. So let's see here what we have. Oh, that would be fun. We've got that to coordinate. Although remember, the pieces are cut fairly small, but this could work for the largest area. You could even do different colors of cardstock. Ooh, fun black and whites. This one might be good. That one. What else do we have here? More of the florals. Ooh, look at this one. Okay, this would be nice. These three would look nice together, and those three would look nice together. All right, so who wants to help me out here a bit? We'll call this with the blue set A. Okay. I believe this is balmy blue, so that would be our kind of our one main color, we'll say. And then the other one, we could use the Just Jade, or we could use Blushing Bride. Okay, I see things popping up. Let's see, who is the first one? Sue Thomas, you were first, so we're going to go with B this time. But this will, you know what, even if we don't have time to do this one, I will make a card with that later. When I have time, right? Okay, so let's start with I believe I have one here, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card base. I then want to cut my strip, my white cardstock strip, and this is going to be, I have to think about the 4 1/4, 4 1/4 by 9 inches. This is, our cardstock is 11 inches long, so I'm just going to cut off 2 inches to give me 9 inches. Kind of the reverse math, right? So 9 inches by 4.25 inches. And then I'm going to go ahead and score this while I have my paper trimmer score out. I'm going to score at 1 inch, flip it over, right? Because I'm going to be folding all these panels in opposite directions. Flip it over again. So I've scored at 1 and 2 inches, and now I'm scoring at 4 inches. Flip it again. Scoring at 6 inches, and then I'm going to do a final flip so that it's the right direction for my folding. And then, oh, I need to cut this too while we have it out. So let's use this larger piece, or a piece with the larger images for the largest panel. So this is 4 inches by 2 3/4. And then I think I'll do the Just Jade in the middle. How does that sound? So this is 4 inches by 1 3/4. And then the last one is 4 inches by 3/4 inches. Oh, this is going to be very pretty. Okay, who was that? Sue Thomas. Tell me, should my solid color cardstock back here, should it be Blushing Bride, or should we use the Just Jade? Probably gonna need this again. What do you think, Sue? Blushing Bride or Just Jade? I'll start pulling one out and see if Sue chooses the same one I do. Oh, Just Jade, she did. You sure did. Okay, so I need a piece that measures 5 1/4 inch by 4 inches. And for the sake of convenience, we will use, well, should we use this one? The Ornate Floral embossing folder. Let me see what else I can pull real quick. Oh, how about this one? Oh, or that would be fun too. We'll stop there because if I give you too many choices, it's just going to get overwhelming for all of us. So tell me, Sue, the floral, ornate floral, tasteful textile, or I forget what this one's called. I don't remember, but it's, oh, I can't even think of the name. Come on, Mary. And I don't have the paper here. I don't know what it's called. I can't think. One of you might know it. So Sue, how about 1, 2, or 3? Okay, I'm not the only one who doesn't remember the name. I call that middle-aged brain. I don't know if it's that or just my brain's overloaded. With all the things I'm working on and thinking of, I have no idea. But thank you for making me feel not so alone in that. All right, so we will insert our cardstock here. It looks like plastered wall. That's what it looks like to me. So with this, I'm putting plate 1 in, going over the top with plate 4. I agree, these flowers are just perfect for this, what am I trying to say? The size of the fun fold. And it coordinates so nicely too. All right, so I'm going to add my Just Jade embossed cardstock to my base. I'm going to take the time to nicely fold and crease on all 4 of these score lines. And it really is best to do each one of those score lines individually. Don't try to fold them and crush it and do them all at once. And then I just go over it again while they're all stacked. I'm going to put this on my card base right in the center. And then add my DSP. So we've got a 3/4 inch strip on the first top facing panel. My strip for the second panel facing up is 4 inches by 1 3/4. And then the last one is 4 inches by 2 3/4. When I put this video on my blog in the next few days, I will painted texture. Thank you so much, Kay. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Painted texture. When I put this on my blog in the next few days, I will be sure to put all of the cutting and scoring dimensions on. And now I'm ready to stamp the sentiment. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it in the Just Jade. And that. Perfect. And I'm going to consider this punch just for something different. The rectangle postage stamp punch. Oh yeah, I think that's great. The sentiment fits nicely and it's got some space around it. It doesn't look like it's crowded in there. Remember, you only want to put adhesive on the one side so it still opens nicely. Okay, Kathy's saying, cute card, where do you stamp the inside verse? I would be writing mine here, my little note here. You could stamp a small verse there if you like. Some people prefer to stamp so they have less to write. Other people, like me, don't always put an inside verse so that we have plenty of room for writing. The other thing is, if you really want to write a note, I would go ahead and write it on the back here. Okay? But either way, the people who receive this are simply going to love it. Do I want to use the same? I want to pull in some of this pink if I can. Oh, how about this? Are these Blushing Bride? These might be Petal Pink. And I can't tell. But we're going to use them. Let's use these adhesive-backed hexagons. Because because adding a little bling is always fun, right? These come in 3 colors, 3 sizes each. So you get a little variety. Unusual for us to have a hexagon shape, right? And I'll put this one, I'm going to put this one here, and then add one more small one over here. All right, so there's our 2 cards. Sometimes you're too verbose. Okay, I can relate to that, Kathy. Sometimes I am even in talking to people. I get chatty. I can't be quiet, I just keep talking and talking. Okay, so what do you think? Is it a fun fold you would try? Oh, I see lots of hearts. Awesome, awesome. A reminder, because this won't go on my blog for a few days since I've got some family time today and tomorrow. Let's just go over the dimensions right now, just quickly. So the base, we start with 5.5 by 4 1/4 inches. So it's A2 size, 5.5 by 4 1/4 inches. The color cardstock layer is 5 1/4 by 4 inches, very typical, right? The fun fold part of it measures 4 1/4 by 9 inches. And then we score, and remember we flip the cardstock between the scores because that makes it easier for us to crease the cardstock in the direction it should be going. So we score at 1 inch, 2 inch, 4 inches, and 6 inches. 1, 2, 4, and 6. Okay. And then you can just measure the panels in between. So 4 inches by 3 1/4, 4 inches by 1 3/4, and 4 inches by 2 3/4. So you can see now what I meant when I said the dimensions are really quite easy. Okay. If you would like to win one of these cards, make sure I have the name correct. I'm going to have you type in the comments now, Abstract Beauty. Abstract Beauty. That will help all of us remember the name of this beautiful designer series paper. This is in the annual catalog. They're 4 by 6 pieces, so perfect for card making. And they're also great for scrapbooks because you can use them, just cut your photos down a little bit and use them as mats behind your photos. So a lot of fun with that. Okay, that is it for me this afternoon. Do you have any questions that I can answer for you? I'm going to give you a friendly reminder that we also, Stampin' Up! Released some new product this week. That is the Waves of the Ocean collection. You can find this on my website, maryknabe.stampinup.net, or if it's easier for you to remember, you can go to stampinpiece.com and click Shop Now. But really beautiful products. And then we also have our Savings Are in Bloom promotion. And this is the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is 20% off. So instead of you paying $60 US, you would pay $48 for that mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I've never seen our machines on sale that I can remember. And in addition to that, all of these bundles are also on sale for 20% off. A lot of the favorites in here, I think I've used at one time or another, most of them. I don't own this one, so I wouldn't have shown that or that one. And we use this paper, but not the bundle. But the others I've used in Facebook Lives at some point, and they're all fabulous. So if you see something on here, you would be getting 20% off the bundle price. Now remember that bundle price, you're already getting both products 10% off. So it's a great deal, a great savings. So here the bundle price is $50, 20% off, takes you down to 40. So super awesome deals if you're interested. And I'm going to say goodbye. Happy Friday. And I plan to see you Monday. I will plan to see you Monday at 2 p.m. with another project for you and some creative inspiration. And I hope you'll join me then. Until then, happy stamping and have a good weekend. Bye-bye.